How old do women in their 50s like? These four experienced people have the answer. Hello everyone, I am Momo. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. What kind of men do women in their 50s like? We all know that no matter what age group, there are single people and they're emotional actually worthy of our attention. After all, this thing really exists and it may fall on our heads one day. Let's talk about Ms. Now first, her husband has passed away for 2 years and single now. Someone asked her if she plans to remarry and if so how old she wants to find a man. She said, I'm 50, so the other person must be about the same age as me. I think the most important thing for two people to be together is to get along in all aspects. Otherwise they can't even talk to each other, so how can they live together? If you have to say an age range, I can accept someone who is 5 years younger or 5 years older than me. Also, I usually pay attention to my image and temperament, and I hope that the other person doesn't look too old and it's acceptable to take him out. In addition, the person must be clear-headed and not nagging, otherwise I can't stand it. In fact, from the perspective of getting along between the sexes, people of similar ages often have similar life experiences and concepts, so it is much easier to communicate and there will naturally be fewer conflicts. Just like the people have experienced the stage of children's growth, they can understand each other better on the issue of educating children. Let's talk about Ms. Yu, who is also 50 years old this year. She divorced her ex-husband 3 years ago because of personality differences. Their marriage had problems when the children were young and they endured until their daughter was a junior before they separated. The biggest problem between them is that they look at things from different angles and think in completely different ways. It's like they're different worlds and can't communicate normally. They both think they are right and the other is wrong. This is actually a disagreement in the three views, which is a big problem in a relationship between the sexes. Different worldviews, outlooks on life, and values will cause conflicts everywhere in life. For example, one person likes to travel and thinks that life is to see more of the outside world. The other person thinks that traveling is tiring and expensive, so it's better to stay at home. When two people like this are together, conflicts are inevitable. Ms. Yu has experienced this kind of pain, so she is more cautious about remarriage. She can live alone, but she has not completely rejected the possibility of remarriage. If she is looking for a man, she wants to find a man who can understand her and get along with her. It's best if the age is about the same as hers. If the age is much different, as long as the three views are similar and the attitude towards life is the same, she thinks it's okay. Next is Ms. Tang, who is very straightforward. She likes young and handsome guys. She is over 50 years old. Her wrinkles are still quite obvious after removing her makeup. She thought that since she was in good condition, she would indulge herself while she could still enjoy herself. Her husband had many women outside, and she knew that she was very angry at first. She said that her husband did not agree to divorce, but she later thought it through and decided to have their own affairs. A few years ago, she met a college graduate and they had been together for 3 years. However, it was impossible for them to get married after all. There was a 20-year age difference. Later, she bought a house for the young man, firstly for the convenience of their meeting, and secondly because she felt that it was not easy for rural children and wanted to help him have a stable residence. Later, the young man got a girlfriend and gradually distanced himself from her. Miss Pang said that as long as you have money, it is not easy to find a handsome guy. From the perspective of gender psychology, some women at this age will be attracted by the vitality of young men, which is actually a yearning for youthful vitality. Women may have a sense of control, feeling that they can give the other party material help and satisfy some of their inner needs. Finally, Ms. Wang, she thinks that men seem to like young and beautiful women at all times, and they like their youthful and innocent energy. But women are different. She is over 50 and admits that she is old. As for the age of her partner, she likes to find someone of the same age. She said that she can't afford to toss and turn, and she just wants to live a stable life, and her husband will take care of the family and care about people. Being with men of the same age, there are many common languages, no obstacles in communication, and you can say whatever you want without worrying that the other party doesn't understand. Although those young men are vigorous and have novel ideas, and they can try any exciting and new things together, she still feels that she is more compatible with men of the same age, both psychologically and physically. From the physiological perspective of both sexes, people of the same age have similar physical functions and rhythms of life and can adapt to each other better in life. For example, the rest time at night may be similar for people of the same age, and there will be no conflicts due to differences in work and dress. Although the four ladies in their 50s are in different situations, they all have one thing in common when looking for their other half, which is that they pay more attention to spiritual communication and don't care too much about the secular rules and regulations. They have experienced the ups and downs of life and have a more thorough understanding of love and marriage. Unlike when they were young, they may pay more attention to appearance and material things. However, it is not easy to find the right person with their seemingly simple standards. Things like spiritual communication and world outlook cannot be seen at a glance or measured specifically like heightened income. You have to get along slowly and feel it with your heart. So it really depends on fate and your own vision. I hope they can all find their own happiness. In fact, ordinary people like us can learn a lot from their experiences on the road of love and know how to think about what kind of love and life we really want at different stages.